Hello guys, welcome to my channel. Thank you for always watching my videos. I really do appreciate you. I do not in any way take it for granted. I thank you for the love, the everything, the support and all of that. So today let's talk about something very important, okay? It is not exactly true that you must come to Canada with either via school or through getting a job. You know, that's not the only way to come to Canada. You can also come to Canada as a permanent resident. It means that the government can actually pick you up from the pool as an eligible candidate, and then you will be able to come into Canada, you know, once your application is approved. And then upon coming into Canada as a permanent resident, you can then look for a job here in Canada when you're here. A lot of people don't know this particular route, or they know about it, they've heard about it, but they don't know how it really works, okay? Some people who are even trying to go into school, trying to get admissions to come study here in Canada, are actually eligible for this route, but they do not know because they have not been shown, or they feel it's really tough or hard, you know, it's a harder route. But I can tell you that it's a better route in the sense that you don't have to spend so much money. You only need to show proof of funds and be eligible by age, by work experience and some other stuff, and you can be picked by the government to come into Canada as a permanent resident from day one. Okay, so I'm going to be showing you in this video how to calculate your CRS score. For you to be able to come into Canada through this route, you need to be in the pool, the permanent resident pool. And how do you get into the pool? You need to first of all check how much scores you have, okay? So in this video, I'm going to be showing you how to check. The score is called the comprehensive ranking score. I'm going to show you how to how to calculate your CRS score in 6 minutes. So watch this video to the very end. And if you know anyone who might need this information, you want to share this video with them so that they can get this information and save themselves a lot of money and time by getting themselves into Canada. Alright guys, so this is how to calculate your CRS score in just 6 minutes, okay? So let's go. So you're going to go to Google and type comprehensive ranking score. So you pick the first one that comes out for you, scroll down, and then fill all the information you find here. So what's your marital status? You want to fill, okay, married. I'm using myself to fill this stuff. So okay, so is your spouse or common law partner a citizen or permanent resident? You want to click no. Will your spouse or common law partner come with you to Canada? For the purpose of this explanation, I'm going to take no. We're doing this as a single, but if you are two and your spouse is going to be joining you, then you want to take yes. If you watch this video to this very point and you're finding value, I want you to click on the like button. That's one way to support my channel. I really appreciate your love. Like I said earlier, thank you so much. How old are you? So choose the best answer. If you've been invited to apply, enter your age on the date you were invited. If you plan to complete an express entry profile, enter your current age. So this is because we are trying to complete an express entry profile. Okay, so we're going to pick any age we want, say 30 years. What is your level of education? So you want to click, you have a bachelor's degree, you pick that. So it says, have you earned a Canadian degree or diploma or certificate? We take no. And then it comes and says official languages. They are English and French. So if you want to check if you've written any of the language tests, if you've written IELTS or you've written a French test, or even if it's CELPIP, which is another common one people do. For you to be in the express entry pool, you need to have written your test. Okay, so you click yes. And then which language test did you take for your first official language? You want to take CELPIP or IELTS, whatever you wrote, you can take any of them. Then you want to have you want to know your score for the test. The test comprises of speaking, listening, reading and writing. Okay, so you want to know your score. If you've not written any test, if you've not written your test, because this purpose, we're doing this because we want to know what score, if we're eligible for the express entry routes. So because we have not written our test, that's a presumption. You want to pick whatever score you think you would have. Okay, so for speaking, you want to select maybe 7.5 to 9. So you can do 7.5 to 9 if you feel you score a high score, and you can also pick the middle, which is 6, or you can pick the lowest, just for us to know what points we would have in each of these categories. So for this purpose, I'm going to pick 7.5 to 9. We are hoping that will be your score. I picked 8.5 to 9, and I pick 8 to 9 as well, and I also pick 7.5 to 9. Let's move on. So it says, do you have other language results? Test must be less than 2 years old. Let's click on not applicable because it's not important, it's not necessary. But if you have, you can also click on that. In the last 10 years, how many years of skilled work experience in Canada do you have? We don't have any. Remember that we are not in Canada. We want to see if you are eligible, so click on none or less than a year. In the last 10 years, how many total years of foreign skilled work experience do you have? Now this is foreign skill, that is your experience in your home country. So if you have 1 year of experience, you click on 1. If it's 3 or more, you click on 3 or more. So let's just take 1 year. Okay, now they say, do you have a certificate of qualification from a Canadian province, territory, or federal body? No. Let's go for no. Now it comes here and it says, do you have a valid job offer supported by a labor market impact assessment? We click on no. Do you have a nomination certificate from a province or territory? We click on no. And then do you or your spouse or common law partner, if they're going to come with you to Canada, have at least one brother or sibling living in Canada who is a permanent resident? So if you have a sibling that is a permanent resident already in Canada, or if your spouse has one, then you can pick on yes. But for this purpose, we're going to say no. Then it gets to calculate your score. You click on calculate your score, and then it sums up your score for you. Okay, so this is a total of the scores, and let's see what we have by choosing all of these things we just chose. Okay, so you come down and then see the total score. You can see from here, from all I picked, I have 411. So it means that this is the score you have based on what you filled in this calculator. Okay, 411. So what you can do next is go to the Canada's website for permanent residents to see the poll, to see what has happened recently, and see what scores have been taken or chosen up, picked out in the poll in the last 3 months, to see if your score is good enough to be in the poll. So what we're going to do next is go to rounds of invitations, and then we are going to check based on the score we're able to calculate for ourselves, which is 411, and we will see if we are qualified to be picked in the pool if we go and create an expression tree profile. When we get to this website, which is the rounds of invitation, you scroll down. Let's go down and see previous rounds that were done. Okay, you will find it here, see previous rounds. We click on that, and then it takes us to this part, okay, where you will find the rounds that have been done. Okay, look at this part. It says May 30th, 2024, which was yesterday, or sorry, which was today. Okay, today, provincial nominee program was done, and 2,985 people were invited, and 676 score. So it's based on the score. The scores that people had. For you to be chosen for this round, you need to have scored at least 676. Now remember that what we're trying to do is for the federal skilled worker program. So we're not looking at the provincial nominee. Okay, we're looking at normal, rounds of draws. Okay, so forget about the provincial nominee, and look at the other parts. Look at the other rounds that were done in April 2024. You saw that they picked people for 410, but they had to have French language proficiency, meaning that those who had French and they were in the pool with 410, they were picked. So you look at the general draws. So the one we're looking at right now is the general draws. For general draws, see the scores that were taken. 529. This is another general draw on the 10th of April, 549. This is another general draw, 524. Another general draw, 525. So you can see that the people who have French as a proficiency have been favored in the few draws that were done. So it means that CC, this one was done in March 26, 388 was picked. Then this one was done in February, 336 was picked. So what this tells us is that if you are able to add French to your proficiency, say you are able to write a French test, you'll be favored. You will get picked up in the pool with a very low score. okay? But if you're waiting for the general draws, you might have to increase your points. So if you're at 411, you might not be favored when you're in the pool and might have to increase your points. And how do you increase your points? You might have to take up, if do a French course just to add some points to your points, or if you have a sibling here in Canada, that could also add to your score. If you pick clips that you have the sibling, you could get additional points. Or if you are nominated by a province, you can get additional 600 points added to your score. And if that's the case, with 600 points added to 411, you're already at 1011 points, which means that definitely you'll be picked in the pool. Definitely. So this is one way to, get into Canada without, having to get a job or job offer or having to go through school spending all that money. Okay, I hope this video helps you. This is how to check your CRS score in 5 minutes. Guys, that is how to calculate your CRS score in just 6 minutes. It's not difficult, it's not hard. So you can see if you already qualify for this route and can take advantage of this program. I'll see you on the very next one. Be good.